rounding out the top 3 rows. Niklas Casarino in the 12 and Gabriel Hoffmann in the 95 make it an all-knees racing row 4. Noah Janssen on the Sodi Kart chassis in the number 31 will have knees racing's number 50, Matthias Schulte alongside, and they complete the top 10. Maxime Becker in the 55, Leopold Joub in the number 13, and Christos Malakos complete the 13 strong that will go into battle for a final 9 minutes plus an additional lap. That is very close on the start there, as I think I just saw Alexander Klugel gesticulate in the general direction of Olli Glan. So very, very shortly we will see if this race, which we did see fireworks going through turn 4 a bit earlier on in the first race earlier on today, and also we saw a lot of action yesterday for these youngsters as they get ready. We go through turn 12 and then go over the crest that leads us into the double right-hander. Red lights ignited on the starting gantry. 9 minutes set to count down the moment we go. Lights out for the 5th and final race for Micromax. They come round the final corner. They do start to accelerate ever so slightly, but through the tram lines we go. Revs rise. Lights are out. It is a green, a good start, and off we go. Great start there by Marlon Di Salvo, who gets ahead of Olli Glan on the run to turn 3 for the first time. So the drivers making their way through into turn 4, as it's 2 abreast at some points just outside of the top 5. But now they all start coming through. It looks like Pilch is leading, Di Salvo in 2nd, Glan in 3rd. I think I make out that's might be Kenyon Washington that's up into at least 5th, or maybe even make that 4th place. Oh, that's a move and a half from Olli Glan up the inside through turn 9. It is Kenyon Washington, and just behind him is the number 12, Niklas Casarino. As Kenyon Washington manages to get past Marlon Di Salvo, as now the number 88 of Tom Reger, I think, has just got past Niklas Casarino, who gets the switchback. Going through turn 12, over the crest they go. Pilch leads, Glan in 2nd, Washington rounds out the top 3 as they are swarming like a small pack of bees coming over the start-finish line. 3 line astern between 3rd, 4th and 5th, and then 6th, 7th and 8th. So Becker looking up the inside of Tom Reger as, oh, that's a definite move there from Marlon Di Salvo. Up now, back up into 3rd place. Pilch leads the field into turn number 6 with Washington and Casarino rounding out the top 5. Gabriel Hoffmann has a little bit of work to do, but he's up into 7th. This is the number 95. Just behind him is the number 88 of Tom Reger, as Maxime Becker rounds out the top 7. As we have got one driver that has actually pulled off onto the spot on the inside of the infield, and that is Christos Malakos. So we're down to 12 competitors. The leaders come around the final corner. A bit of a gap now for Maximilian Pilch. He was just over 4/10 of a second last time around between him and Olli Glan. It's now 0.6. Di Salvo, Casarino, Washington, Hoffmann round out the top 6 positions. Tom Reger now down. He's going to be down in 8th very much if Maxime Becker gets through, and does so. And I think Noah Janssen also got past the 88 in the process, going through turn number 4. So Pilch, whilst everyone is squabbling behind, because now Marlon Di Salvo is closing at a consummate rate of knots on the back bumper of Olli Glan and looks towards the inside, now pulls out of the slipstream into turn 11. The 23 goes up the inside of the number 18. So Di Salvo now up into 2nd. Closing up behind them is the number 12, Niklas Casarino. It's Kenyon Washington, Gabriel Hoffmann, and the number 88, I think it is, of, well, Tom Reger is a bit further down the order as Leopold Joub now makes his way through turn 12. Leaders cross the line, gap now is 0.6 of a second. As Di Salvo puts in a 58.2. Fastest lap of the race is now from Maxime Becker, who's up into 7th ahead of Noah Janssen and Tom Reger, who rounds out the top 8. Alexander Klugel that completes the top 10 and is just behind the number 88. As they now make their way through turn 7 into 8, into the right at 9 before they exit the chicane through the left at 10. Di Salvo looking to get his head down and try and get a little bit of aerodynamic efficiency on that kart. Try and close up to Ole Glan, but Nicolas Casarino is ready to try and have an opportunity to get past. That's Gabriel Hoffmann, I've just noticed, has got past Kenyon Washington. What is 5th and 6th? So they're in 5th and 6th respectively. So the trio of these racing drivers looking to move a bit further forward up towards the sharp end of the grid, let alone being in the bottom part of the top 6. Fastest lap of the race is now Gabriel Hoffmann, 57.966 from the number 95. As now Pilch coming under fire from Ole Glan. Di Salvo in 3rd. As up the inside on Nicolas Casarino. That's an absolutely brilliant manoeuvre from Gabriel Hoffmann through turn 6. Casarino looked to the inside line through 7. And Gabriel Hoffmann said, "No, I'm sorry. You might be my teammate, but I'm still going to battle for the position nevertheless." Been pretty clean between the three of these racing teammates, all running on pretty much on the Maranello chassis. But it is really, really closed up at the front of the field between the top 4, then the 3 behind who round out the top 7, and then the battle that's going on between the likes of Tom Hedger, who's an hour ahead, Noah Janssen. Just behind is Alexander Kluger. Top 4. Pretty much bumper to bumper as Ole Glan now goes up the inside, tries to take the lead from Maximilian Pilch, runs a little bit wide. Pilch nearly loses out to Di Salvo, going through the exit of turn 4. Into 5 they go, now into 6. Oh, that is a brilliant opportunistic move by Gabriel Hoffmann to steal 3rd away from Marlon Di Salvo through turn 6, and the number 95 really starting to come alive in the latter part of this race. 3 minutes, 35 seconds, plus 1 additional lap. The battle for the lead is going to be contested not just by the top 3. There's for the lead. That is for the lead, and up the inside goes Maximilian Pilch once again to take the place from Ole Glan, who is going to come under fire from Gabriel Hoffmann, who goes up the inside of the number 18 through turn 12. This is going to allow Marlon Di Salvo to go past the number 95 once again through turn 13. But round the outside, he tries to keep it pinned, but here comes Nicolas Casarino making it nearly 3 abreast. Oh, it's a 5-kart squabble over 3rd place, as it's nearly 2 wide going into turn 3, and it's nearly 3 abreast going into turn 4. Oh my goodness, and it's the 2 knees racing teammates of Casarino and Hoffmann, and they're battling away for 3rd place. As now, I think that was, it was Washington and Casarino. As Hoffmann now is now down into 6th place, so he has more work to do. 2 minutes and 37 seconds still, plus an additional lap to go. Pilch and Glan now get a bit of a respite from the rabble behind them, trying to close up, which is being led by Nicolas Casarino, with Kenyon Washington just behind. Then it's the number 23 of Marlon Di Salvo. Gabriel Hoffmann rounds out the top 6 as they come through the final corner once again. Whilst they've been battling, watch out for Maxime Becker, who is now behind Tom Hedger in the 88. And the fastest driver who set the fastest lap anyhow is Gabriel Hoffmann with a 57.620. And it looks like Hoffmann has managed to get past Di Salvo through turn 4. Di Salvo can't counter-attack through 6. But the top 8 drivers were covered by just under 2 seconds at the conclusion of lap number 7. 1 minute and 38 seconds still to go, plus 1 lap. And this, I think probably another couple of laps on top, will conclude the Micromax action here at Wackersdorf for the second round of the 2020 season. But Maximilian Pilch took the win in the first race. He's looking to do the double here and really solidify his chances at a title push. Still, anyone's guess as who is going to win this cavalcade of great racing, as Kenyon Washington now being pressurised by teammate Gabriel Hoffmann, who sweeps up the inside through turn 3. Washington's got a good run. He could have gone up the inside of his teammate through turn 4, thinks better of it, slots back, stays in 5th at the moment. Whilst this has all been happening, Tom Hedger is now past Marlon Di Salvo with Maxime Becker in the 55, not too far behind, and has got the ringside seat. Casarino, in the meantime, is still keeping with Oli Glan, who's lost a little bit of ground to Maximilian Pilch in the number 11. As well, that is an absolute barnstormer of a move, if you want to call it that, by Tom Herger in the 88, he sends it from absolutely nowhere past Kenyon Washington, who's going to look, I think that's going to be another place loss by the number 14. Marlon Di Salvo goes into the inside of the number 14, and then Di Salvo gets past. Maxime Becker, I think, he's gone side by side with Washington into turn 3. Who's going to come out on top with this one? Washington powers round the outside and gets the run of momentum. He's a little bit further behind. Alexander Klugel now gets past Noe Jansen for 9th place. 0 on the clock. Apart from this lap, we have one more to go, as it is still anyone's guess. Oli Glan is being hounded by Niklas Casarino in the dying stages. Pilch has a lead of about 3.5 tenths of a second. Glan coming under fire now from Casarino, who looks towards the inside through turn 11, makes the move stick. Nicely done by the number 12. They are being closed in on by Gabriel Hoffmann in the 95 as Glan retakes the position. Side by side go the pair over the crest. Gabriel Hoffmann now seizes the opportunity and he goes up to the inside of his teammates and nearly tried to get past Oli Glan. One more lap to go in Micromax here at Wackersdorf. Pilch leads, and it is a three-way fight to the finish between Oli Glan, Gabriel Hoffmann and Niklas Casarino. Casarino looking to the inside of Hoffmann, who then goes up the inside of Oli Glan to now take second position through turn 4 on the final lap. Through 5 for the final time. Pilch still has breathing space. But now it is about who out of the 3 behind is going to try and challenge him in the latter stages. But because they're squabbling between themselves, Pilch could get away with this one and have another victory in the books for this weekend. Through to turn 11 for the final time. It's Gabriel Hoffmann gets the head down to get the aerodynamics working to the best of their efficiency possible using these karts. He gets really, really close and takes a tighter line going through turn 12. Over the crest for the final time they come. So for the final Micromax race of the weekend here at Wackersdorf, Maximilian Pilch in the number 11 from C4 Racing takes the win in the checkered flag. What a drive from Gabriel Hoffmann. Started 8th, finished 2nd. That's a great drive from the youngster in the 95. Oli Glan rounds out the top 3 ahead of Niklas Casarino in the number 12. Tom Herger managed to get his way to take 5th at the flag and could have factored in if there had been another handful of laps in addition to the 11 that we've completed in this race. Marlon Di Salvo in 6th, Kenyon Washington in 7th, Maxime Becker in 8th ahead of Alexander Klugel, with Noe Jansen completing the top 10. Matthias Schulte in 11th, Leopold Schultz in Kraft Motorsport completing the 12th that finished the full race distance. And unfortunately, just before even the race got underway, Christos Malakos unfortunately retired.